how's it going, everybody? Hope you're all having a great weekend wherever you are. I've been pretty busy myself, haven't had a lot of time to game, at least the last 48 hours. Been kind of busy, not gonna lie. So, something I wanted to talk about, I had mentioned this on the channel a couple of months ago, maybe around Christmas time, but I didn't really go into it too deep. And that's talking about the JCart for the Sega Genesis Mega Drive. Now, a lot of you guys and gals out there may not be aware of what a JCart is. I wasn't aware of it myself until I walked into a retro game store through my travels back in December, and I came across a game, Pete Sampras Tennis, and it was stuffed in a drawer in this retro game store. It was just tucked away. It was like $5, maybe even cheaper. Maybe it was like $4, and I didn't think much of it until I opened up the box and I saw basically two controller ports on the cart. I'm like, wow, that's really interesting. So I'm like, that's an unusual variant. So I'm like, I'm gonna pick this up. I do like tennis games. I'm a fan of Pete Sampras, great tennis player, obviously. Arguably the best of all time, and this is a really unique game cart. So picked it up, I brought it home, and then I did a bit of research on it, and just reading this on Wikipedia here. The JCart is a special ROM cartridge developed by Codemasters for the Sega Genesis console. It held not only the game data, but also came with 2 additional gamepad ports. This effectively allowed 4 players to play simultaneously without extra adapters. The first JCart game, Tennis All-Stars, was released in 1994. So when they say Tennis All-Stars, I'm pretty sure they're talking about this Pete Sampras game that I have here, because there's only 6 JCarts in existence. There's Pete Sampras Tennis, and they actually followed it up with Pete Sampras Tennis 96. Micro Machines 2 Turbo Tournament, Micro Machines 96, Micro Machines Military, and Super Skid Marks. Yes, that's an awful title for a video game, I know. So, it is pretty unique. A lot of, especially back in the day, a lot of those companies, third-party companies, I think even maybe even Sega and Nintendo released multi-ports or multi-taps as well, where you could plug in 4 controllers into an adapter. And then here comes Codemasters with this brilliant idea to be able to plug in 2 controllers right into the cart, which saved you from having to buy that extra adapter. Again, Codemasters never licensed this technology to other publishers, and so there's only 6 JCarts that were released. I have to imagine these are pretty uncommon. I don't know about the Micro Machines games, but honestly, it's unique enough that if you're collecting for the Genesis and you come across a JCart, you may want to pick it up. It may, down the road, they may go up in value, as it is very unique if you're collecting for that purpose. I don't collect for monetary value per se, but I think it would be fun to collect these just because they're so unique. To have all 6 JCarts, it would be pretty cool. So I just wanted to talk briefly about it. Not too many people are aware of what the JCart is, or maybe they haven't seen one before. And so just to show you a comparison, I've got another Codemasters cart here. As you can see, they are an unusual shape to begin with, as a lot of the Genesis Mega Drive carts were. A lot of them were different variants, different shapes and sizes. This is Cosmic Spacehead, and no, it's not that good of a game, but if you want me to show it off, I can certainly post a separate video showing off Cosmos Spacehead. But as you can see here, looking at this cart compared to the JCart, Pete Sampras, both carts are actually the same size. What happened was, as you can see on the Pete Sampras cart, Codemasters made the label almost half the size of a normal label on their carts to be able to fit the 2 controller ports on the top of the cart. So yeah, interesting stuff indeed. What about you guys? Have you heard about the JCart before? Do you have any in your collection? Leave it in the comments below. Do you care about this? Do you think it's not really that important? All the same, all feedback, all comments, good and bad, leave it in the comments below. I just wanted to share this little piece of history, if you will. Just a short video here. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great night.